Hello and welcome back to Kim Reads. We are going to read the Bearenstain Bears Big School Project. We're off to the science fair to learn the depth of Lake Erie with many cheerful facts about relativity theory. Brother and sister were dedicated science lovers. They had been interested in science for as long as they could remember. Papa and Mama gave them the start with nature walks, stargazing, and trips to the Bearenstain Institution, the museum run by their good friend, Professor Factual. The Cubs' main partner in science happened to be the professor's nephew, Ferdy Factual. Together they studied the stars and planets through his telescope. They observed tiny pond creatures with microscope. They performed chemistry experiments and built model rockets. They went bird watching and kept snakes, lizards, and frogs in a terrarium. Those shouldn't be kept together, right? It so happens that the Bear Country School held a science fair every year. Every year, brother, sister, and Ferdy, those three science lovers, entered ambitious projects in the fair. This year, said sister, I'm going to analyze the chemistry of rotten eggs. I'm going to build a model volcano that actually erupts, said brother. I will explain the theory of relativity, Ferdy said simply. What's that? Asked sister. Maybe it's the theory that all bears are relatives, said brother. Not exactly, said Ferdy. All three cubs set eagerly to work. Sister learned more about rotten eggs in a week than most people would want to know in their lifetime. Brother learned so much about volcanoes, began to think one might erupt in the backyard. And Ferdy sat thinking about the theory of relativity. Sister began working on her rotten egg project. Her plan was to make real rotten eggs at the science fair to show how awful they smelled, and then demonstrate what caused the smell by matching it with a chemistry experiment. Brother worked on his erupting volcano. He was building a papier-mâché volcano with chemicals inside that would shoot a lot of goo out that looked like lava. Ferdy just went on thinking about the theory of relativity. The Cubs worked very hard, and on the day of the big science fair, they were ready. Mama, Papa, and Honey helped brother and sister take their projects to school and set them up. Professor Factual helped Ferdy with his project. To brother and sister's surprise, it was just one large sheet of poster covered with a cloth. Teacher Jane and Teacher Bob were judges. They would award first, second, and third prizes for the best projects. Ferdy almost always won first prize. I don't suppose we have a chance, sister said to brother. You're right, said brother agreed. Ferdy is sure to win with his explanation of the theory of relativity. One after another, these students demonstrated their projects. They were modeled by helicopters made from recycled newspapers and engines that ran on peanut oil. There were split-level ant farms and cutaway beehives. There were robots that picked up trash and electric batteries charged by lemon juice. Finally, it was brother and sister's turn. Sister broke her rotten eggs and then perfectly matched her chemistry experiment. The judges were very impressed. Then brother set off his volcano model and erupted lava all over the place. The judges were again very impressed. Finally, it was Ferdy's turn. Ferdy uncovered the poster. It said, explanation of the theory of relativity. E equals mc squared. That was all. Ferdy whispered brother, what does that mean? Energy equals mass times the speed of light squared, Ferdy explained. I see, said brother. Of course, said sister. The judges reviewed the projects. They talked about over. Then they announced their prize. First prize went to sister for her rotten egg smell. Second prize went to to brother for his erupting volcano. Third prize went to the trash collecting robot. Ferdy received no prize. Teacher Jane and Bob felt his explanation of the theory of relativity didn't really explain anything. Poor Ferdy, said Sister. Yes, agreed Brother. He's used to winning first prize. To everyone's surprise, Ferdy didn't mind losing. I think I understand the theory of relativity better now, he explained. That's all that matters. Said Sister. Ferdy seemed to be interested in science in a different way. A deeper way. You know, she said to Brother, maybe Ferdy deserves first prize after all. Brother agreed. Congratulations, Ferdy, he said, shaking Ferdy's hand. Thank you, he said. Thank you, said Ferdy. It was nothing. That's the end of the story. Thanks for listening.